Thank you for attending the Tuesday classroom session for Shortcuts Marketing. My name is Noah, and we are recording today's session. So let's go ahead and get started. I do apologize for any background noise. Unfortunately, today is the day that the city decided to start clearing down some trees on my street. So I apologize for any background noise you may hear. So again, we are recording this session. As with other Tuesday classroom sessions, this is going to be about 30 minutes. We are going to allow some time for questions at the end. And if you're watching this video after the fact, you can always reach out to us on social media, on our Facebook page, our Instagram, and we will get back to you. Okay, so let's begin. So last week, we did an introduction to Shortcuts Marketing. So if you are not familiar with it, if you're just getting back into Shortcuts, maybe you've had the business has been closed for a little bit and you want to be able to reach out to customers, know how to send email messages, know how to send SMS campaigns, you may want to review last week's classroom session. It was all the basics. How to send out a message, whether it's a one-time message, whether it's an automated message, and again, whether it's email or SMS. And you can find all our videos, they're on our company page, but all of our classroom sessions are also on YouTube. If you go to our channel, that's Shortcuts USA. If you go to YouTube, just search Shortcuts USA, and you go to our video collection, you'll see all of our presentations, all of our new release informations, all of our training videos, as well as all of our classroom sessions. So today's focus is going to be a little bit more advanced on everything that we learned last week. So we're going to begin with how to send a targeted email or a targeted SMS campaign. So last week, we talked about just sending a general email, a general SMS to everybody. The rules are a little bit different when you want to target specific customers. So I'll walk you through that. We're going to talk a little bit about working with links and graphics when you're setting up your campaigns. And if you decide, let's say you have a front desk person, a receptionist that is really good with graphics, has perhaps some marketing classes or has a degree in marketing and can put together campaigns for you, monthly campaigns or quarterly campaigns, how to give this person permission to access Shortcuts Marketing in the cloud. So let's jump into it. So when you want to target a specific group of customers, how do you do that? How do you find your clients? You actually do that on the main Shortcuts point of sale system. Under the Tools button, that's the Tools menu on the right side, you have a Marketing button. And in the Marketing button, you can actually filter for specific customers. So let's say you have a salon and you have customers that have been visiting you for years and years, and you decide, I'm going to do a special promotion on color services. So what you can actually tell Shortcuts is, I want to search for all of the customers that have ever had a haircut with me, but the customers that have never had a color service. So I'm going to invite them to a color special. Perhaps my August or September special will be color. So Shortcuts will find you a list of those customers. You'll have the ability to save it, to generate that list, and then you can upload that list into the Shortcuts Marketing on the cloud. So whichever filter you apply, and we will do a live demonstration in just a moment, we'll go through some of the options. Once you save that list in Shortcuts Marketing in the cloud, you're going to go to the Targeted Campaign button. And then whether you choose to send an email or an SMS, at the bottom of the screen, Shortcuts will actually ask you, which is the list of customers you have? What is your recipient list? And you'll have the ability to press Choose File and select that file that you saved from marketing. And now that Shortcuts knows who you're going to target, it'll send that specific message to those specific clients. So let's actually go through the steps. So I'm going to exit out of the presentation for a moment and jump into the actual Shortcuts point of sale. Now again, if you go to the right side, it's under the Tools tab, and we're going to Marketing. So the screen, you can see that it looks like a configuration screen. Now the top row and middle row and bottom row all do very specific things. On the very top row, this is where you can tell shortcuts. I'm looking for customers that historically bought from certain companies, certain products, or certain lines. So let's say you're doing a Redken special in September, and you want to send an email to a list of customers that historically buy Redken products. So you can say, I'm going to choose products, and then tell marketing, choose Redken, and generate me a list of clients that have bought Redken. Now, the middle row is sort of the opposite. It's find me customers that have never had or never purchased certain companies, certain products, or on the right side, have never received certain services. So in this scenario, again, let's say I want to choose customers that have gotten haircuts with my salon or my barbershop, but have never gotten a color service. So on the top row, I'll choose services. And I'll tell shortcuts. Okay, so what is the specific one? So I'm going to go to haircut styling, and this is the way I organize my menu. I'll say somebody that's gotten a men's haircut, or gotten a child's haircut, or gotten a beard service, or gotten a woman's haircut, or a scalp treatment. So a number of basic hair services. Any customer that has purchased any one of these services is going to receive the message. So I'll press done. But now I'm going to apply a filter. Yes, I'm looking for customers that have purchased one of these services, but I'm going to go to the middle screen. I'm going to be very specific. So customers that have gotten one of those regular hair services, but have never gotten any color service at my salon or spa. So that's how you use both of those filters. Now on the left side, if I want to filter to specific types of clients, I have a clients button. It looks like your little client button in your regular client screen. So the client card button. When you press it, Shortcuts is going to queue up filters specific for the types of customers we have. So maybe I'm looking for customers that have gotten these services, but are brand new customers. So they've only had one visit within a certain span of time. So on the right side, I actually have a button that says new clients. So I only want to send the email to clients that have visited me this year from January 1st all the way through August 18th. So now only new customers from this year that had a regular hair service, no color services. That's how I can use that filter. Or if I have a preferred employee. So let's say one of your employees is going to leave on maternity, and you need to reach out to the customers who have that as a preferred employee. So you can say, okay, for anybody that has Miss Joni as their preferred employee, I'm going to let them know Miss Joni is going to be unavailable for the next few months. We're going to reschedule you with another staff member. If you want to send messages to people that are in a specific program or a club, on the left side, if you want to send it to customers that have not returned from a certain date range, there's a little checkbox. So Shortcut says, okay, customers, let's say that haven't returned from January 1st through June 30th. So anybody that has not returned from those few months, send only those people a message. On the bottom center, let's say you're performing a special sale. So you actually want to reach out to your big spenders at your salon. If you do a lot of retail, then you can say, okay, I really want to reach out to my customers that spend more than a certain amount on products. So dollar or buy more than a certain number every visit. So this is filters specific to the types of clients. So I'll cancel this. So if I leave the client button alone, then it'll just go through my history and find customers that meet these two criteria. On the right side, if I set a range, then I can set a very specific range, not necessarily for new clients, but for all clients from a certain date range. So in this case, I just want to look for customers that had a hair service but no color. So I will press compute at the bottom of the screen. So Shortcuts will find me those customers, but it will exclude customers that have not opted in to receive any sort of marketing. So it will respect their privacy. So here's my list of customers. So now if I press the save button, I can save my list of customers. So I'll save this as the client list and it'll have today's date on it, or I can change the name and I'll browse to where I'm going to save it. So I don't know about you, I usually will save things into either the documents or the desktop folder. So I'll go to the documents folder and save it. So Shortcuts is now saving my list of about 1,100 customers that meet my specific questions or criteria. And once the file's been saved, now I can jump into Shortcuts Marketing. So I'm going to go to my cloud page and we're going to go with Angels Salon. That's my test salon. And we'll log into the cloud. So yes, I'm logging in. So at the top of the screen, I'm going to marketing. And on the left side, the type of campaign is targeted campaign. So once I am here, on the right side, I can tell Shortcuts, am I sending an SMS text blast to my customers or an email? So I'm going to go with email and I'm going to give it a campaign name. So maybe this will be my September special. So then I'll tell my customers about my September special. So dear customer, and I can use insert field to customize this message. So instead of we are inviting you to a reopening, so you are invited to our color special. When am I going to send this message out? I'm actually going to send it out at the end of the month. So on Monday the 31st at 9 a.m., Shortcuts will send this specific group of customers this message. So then what do I want to say? Dear customer first name, you are invited to experience our exceptional color services. So I can continue to add details to that. And then I'm going to press add offer. So I want to entice them to try a color service by creating a coupon. So I'll press the little plus button on the right side and I'll put the specifics of this offer. So it'll be any color service, 10% off, presented to, and I can put the name of the customer. So this way, customer full name. So this way they don't just forward a copy of this email to their friends so everybody gets 10% off. No, it's only to specific people. And if I had created a discount reason in Shortcuts, my actual Shortcuts point of sale, I would put that specific discount code here. What that does is allows Shortcuts Marketing to track the success of this campaign. So at the end of the month, at the end of September, I can go back and look at how many customers actually used that coupon at my business. What did they spend in total? What was my return on investment? So then the terms. Of course, I want to put a limit on this. So we'll say offer expires. And we'll say offer expires September 29th, 2020. Can only be used on color services, not to be combined with any other offer. So if I send my customers a 20% off coupon for their birthday, I don't want them stacking these on top of each other. So I, of course, can put in my Book Now button, and at the bottom, choose file. So I have to select my list of customers. So I'll press choose file. I'll go to my documents folder, And here's my client list. Oh, did I export? I might have to double check that list I exported. Let's take a look. I'll have to take another look at that. I might have saved the incorrect list. But those are the steps. I can preview it. I can send a test if I want. And if I'm happy with it, then I can press activate on the right side. So then once the end of the month rolls around, Shortcuts will automatically send this email out. Now, I will investigate why it's giving me that error. I assume I saved the wrong file. Let's go back to the presentation. So those are the steps. And those are actually similar to the steps that you would do if you were sending an email blast. You would create your targeted campaign. And you would just say, okay, it's not an email, it's an SMS. I'd put in the details of my message, choose my file, preview it, and activate it. So back to the presentation. So you always want to send a test campaign, whether it's email or SMS. And once you do that, you can make your changes. And once you approve of the changes, then you can activate your campaign. So you can send targeted email campaigns as well as standard email campaigns and choose the send date for them. You don't have to activate them and make them live that same day. Now, let's say you want to put in a link, a hyperlink into your campaign, maybe something that goes to your company webpage or your company's social media. Well, your social media links are already configured in the site settings in the console. This is something we looked at last week. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, as well as your company website, they're already linked as long as you have them in the console. But let's say you decide to add another link in the middle of your message. So you can do that. You can use some basic HTML, and you can jump online to learn how to parse in some HTML. So if you just paste in the URL, it will work. But if you want to be fancy with it, perhaps streamline the link. Instead of having the name of your website come up, have a sentence like visit our website appear, and that becomes the hyperlink. This is the HTML you would enter. So this is an example. But if you just copy and paste links into your campaign, they will automatically be converted. And those are on email blast, not necessarily SMS or text blast. So try to avoid trying to paste links in there. Now, what about graphics? So at the top of every email, you have the ability to paste in your own custom graphic. Now, it does have to be a very specific size. It's a banner image. So the maximum width is 600 pixels, the maximum height 300 pixels. And the formats that are supported are JPEG, GIF, PNG formats. Those are the ones that give you the best results. They will automatically resize, they will automatically rotate depending on the mobile device that your customers have. So try to use your banners, try to set them at a certain size, and avoid any graphics that are still in PDF, PSD, AI, or other file types. Those are not supported by standard email programs. So let's actually upload a graphic. So back to the campaign. So if I have a message, and let's go back to my email, back to my September special email. So at the top, display logo. By default, the email will display my company logo, which is set in site settings in the console. But now when I press display image and choose file, I get to sort through the headers or the campaigns that I've created. Now, I've already saved a number of graphics that happen to fit the specific dimensions, 600 by 300. So I just choose which one I want to go with. So perhaps a lady with leaning against the wall here, something that's cute. So I'll choose that picture and press open. And now if I want to take a look at it, I can preview it. So as the preview is generating, you'll notice that my company logo appears at the top of the screen, followed by the graphic of the lady leaning against the wall. And there it is. So just remember, as you're uploading graphics, 600 by 300, that's the magic number. And it will auto-rotate, auto-resize, depending on if the customer is looking at your email landscape or portrait. And if you look at the bottom of the screen, my social media buttons automatically pop up. So let's jump back to the presentation. So you can see it's pretty easy to add those graphics. It's pretty easy to preview all of that. So if you have a front desk person, a receptionist that's really good with marketing, knows how to word your campaigns, knows how to work with graphics, you can actually give them permission to access the cloud, access marketing, and send campaigns on your behalf. So when you're in the cloud, if you go to General Settings, Roles, and Permissions, there's a configuration option. So you'll click the employee role, which is the standard role for your staff. And you'll go down to the permission for configuration, and you'll set up the one that says, I can configure marketing campaigns. So you'll toggle the slider to yes, and now whoever you select that has employee permission can now create campaigns on your behalf, send campaigns on your behalf. Now they don't have permission to change anything else. They don't have permission to change security settings or things like that. You're only giving them one specific extra setting they can do. Okay? Now, just because they can send the message to your customers doesn't necessarily mean they can access client information. That's a completely different permission. So that is everything to do with Shortcuts Marketing, and in this case, the advanced step. Go to last week's video for all of the basics. So you should now know how to use targeted marketing, and you're creating your list through Shortcuts. You should know a little bit of the basics now on images and HTML, how to create both an email blast or an SMS blast to specific customers. And if you have a staff member that's really good with this, how to give them permission to create campaigns on your behalf. So this is usually where we open up the floor for questions. So if you have any questions, I'll give you a moment to type them out. If you're using the GoToWebinar toolbar on the right side, you should have a question and a chat bar. I'll give you a second to type out your questions in case you're taking notes. And I'll check on my side. I'll bring up the questions bar. Now, if you're watching this video after the fact, so if you're watching this video later today, if you signed up for the classroom or you're watching it later this week, and you think of something for Shortcuts Marketing that I didn't cover or that isn't clear to you, go ahead and let us know. Send us an email, reach out to us on social media, and we will get back to you. I don't think we have any questions from today's visitors. And I did preview some of this last week, so that's probably why we don't have any questions. So for our customer success team, if you have any follow-up questions, go ahead and reach out to us, Customer Care USA at shortcuts.net. You can also reach out to us on social media, on our Facebook page, for example, Shortcuts North America, as well as on Instagram. And if you just have general questions, you can always contact our support line as well. Well, if there are no questions, and I'll check one more time, then we'll wrap up today's classroom session. So thank you all for attending. This month, we're focusing mainly on the cloud services through Shortcuts. So if you're just new to Shortcuts or you haven't touched some of the cloud services in a while, this is definitely the month to attend the classroom sessions. So thank you all for attending. We will send out a copy of this presentation a little later today. And if you think of anything, go ahead and reach out to us. So I hope to see you on the next classroom session. Have a great day.